my friend Nene was just so funny. I've been scrolling through videos and pictures on my mom's phone and watching it over and over again. Her dancing when she's excited.
Yeah.
She was so nice, and I just miss her so much.
Little girls, like the one you just saw in that clip, are currently being targeted and attacked online. Little girls, who some of which were lucky enough to survive the tragic floods in Texas. Others lost their lives in the tragic floods in Texas. And these little girls are being targeted and attacked by a grown black woman online by the name of Sade Perkins. Maybe she pronounces her name Sade Perkins or Sade Perkins or however she pronounces her name. This grown black woman, a racist by the way, is targeting these little girls simply because they're white. And she has been online saying the most heinous things you could possibly think of, for lack of better words, basically saying that they deserved it. No one should care because they're white. She literally called these little girls who were killed in this flood, ladies and gentlemen. She said, and I don't even really want to repeat the words, but she basically said that it was God's will that these little CUNTs, see you next Tuesdays, she says it was God's will that these little CUNTs were washed away. As all of us normal human beings who have at least one drop of compassion within our souls, as we are watching and just learning about all of this devastating news, this woman is online basically attacking these little girls because a lot of them happen to be white. And I put out a video about this earlier today. You guys should go check out the video if you haven't already, because I don't want to give an entire rundown of everything that she has said. But since I put out that video, I learned a lot about this woman. For example, here's a quick biography right here. Sade Perkins is a community organizer from Houston's 5th Ward. She owns and operates the Freedmanstown Farmers Market in the 4th Ward, lives in the 3rd Ward, and has deep connections to the city's Pan-African community. Information about her market can be found at her market's Instagram page. As you can see, the Instagram page is right here. Now, I know this woman is married to a minister or a pastor or whatever he would like to call himself. I am well aware of a lot of information that is out there about this woman, and we will be unpacking all of that information right here on this channel, in this video and in future videos. But for now, I want to focus on this video response that she has now put out, because if you guys watched my last video, this woman came under fire after posting a video talking about Camp Mystic, basically saying that it's an all-white camp, which is not true. Anyone of any race can go to this camp. It's a Christian camp, but anyone of any race can go to this camp. Literally on the camp's website, it shows you girls that are not white. And even Sadie, on her TikTok live stream or video or whatever it was, she was looking through Camp Mystic's website, talking about how all of these people are white, basically going on this anti-white tirade as these parents are searching desperately for their missing 7 and 8 and 9-year-old daughters in the debris from this flood. So she posted this video saying all of this hateful stuff, and naturally, some people had a problem with it. I'm glad that people were willing to call this woman out, because we see so much anti-white hatred out there online every day, and so often people are afraid to point it out. Now, you know I'll point it out, but I'm one of a few people that are willing to do that. Luckily, I think this situation was tragic enough to where people were not having it. They saw what this woman was saying. She got a lot of pushback, but now she has uploaded all of these different response videos, and I want to show them to you all because they're insane. This woman is not only doubling down, she is tripling, quadrupling. I don't even know what comes after quadrupling. This woman is shock-whoopling. She is shock-whoopling down. It sounds like something that would be fitting for a person like her. She is shock-whoopling down on this racism. And I mean, this woman is vile and disgusting, and she's acting like she's happy about what she said. Very narcissistic. It's wild to see this level of hatred put on full display. It's wild to see a grown woman, a mother at that, literally sit down and record herself doubling down, tripling, quadrupling down on basically spreading hatred for a bunch of mostly young white girls who were killed in a flood. Now, mind you, it's not only white girls at this camp. There's Hispanic girls. There's other different types of girls. It doesn't even matter. The race of these people shouldn't matter. I said this in the last video. I'll say it here. If this was an all-black camp of nothing but little black girls that all got carried away in a flood and were missing, I would be just as heartbroken. I would be here covering the story, worried about them, worried about how their families are doing, all the same. But unfortunately, a lot of people in this country, especially, not all, but a large portion of the black community, they're so overwhelmed with this hatred for white people that they don't mind. They don't hide it. They record themselves. They show their face. They don't mind you knowing where they work. They don't mind any of that. They will just put on, they will just fully display their hatred for white people. So she put out a video response after getting a lot of heat. And the things that she says, it's just, I can't even begin to describe it. So I'm just going to have to show you myself. But before I roll this clip, people often ask me, how can they support my channel? And the answer to that question is very simple. You can support the channel for totally free by liking the video. That is very important. Liking the video helps more than you think. Comment below. It helps the video in the algorithm. Also, your opinions are welcome here. I like to know what people think, even if they disagree. Also, share this video on social media. Spread the word about what is going on here. This woman wants to be famous. She wants attention. Let's make her famous. Let's give her the attention that she wants. But if you really enjoyed the channel, if you like what I have to say, if you support what I have to say, you know this platform doesn't. So you could always consider donating via Cash App or Super Thanks. Always greatly appreciated. But with all of that being said, let's go ahead and listen to what this crazy, vile woman has to say, and then I'll be back with more thoughts.
Since y'all got my live taken down, I guess I'll just chit-chat in a video. I mean, I don't understand all this, extraordinary hate or whatever. Like, I get that white people are not used to people telling them and calling them out on their racism and telling them about their double standards and how you wouldn't give a damn about other children and how there's children in ICE detention right now who y'all don't give two fucks about. There's no prayers going up for them. But we're supposed to stop the world and stop everything we're doing to go and hunt for these little missing white girls. Again, I actually have empathy, so I can put myself in other people's shoes and understand that that's pretty fucked up. But it seems like y'all don't get that. Y'all don't get that. Y'all don't have the empathy gene, for sure. It's very much lacking. And I mean, for y'all to just be on here, just straight up racism. Every comment, I wouldn't say every comment. I will say 99.9% of the comments have just been, EBT this and welfare that and you're a monkey and yada, yada, yada. Like, y'all haven't, it's been like 100 years. Y'all haven't come up with nothing new with other than the monkey shit. And like y'all don't have nothing new. And when a black person isn't poor, and when they don't fit your stereotype of, EBT and whatnot, you're still gonna use it, and it's whack. Like, it makes no sense because it doesn't apply, babes. It doesn't apply. And with groceries being so fucking high right now, I am positive most of y'all are either on it or you need it. So y'all can quit faking the funk. Y'all can quit faking the funk, babes. And since I have 2 grown boys who just graduated high school and they're about to go off to college or whatever, our refrigerator is like damn near empty. And it's like, thank God, it's almost like I got a raise because these 2 grown children were eating all of our fucking food out of a house and home, but whatever. But since I get EBT and y'all are paying for it, I appreciate you. Yeah. I appreciate my little 15 minutes of fame. Thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all gave me a bunch of followers. Y'all spammed all of my other social medias except my Red Note. Go to Red Note. Give me some comments on fucking Red Note. I'd appreciate that. But yeah, tomorrow's another day. I'm gonna be back out here for sure. And once again, to anyone who, put my public address out there as more public, okay, do something about it. Like, come hither. I would love to see you walk your ass through this gate and see if you're not gonna be leaving out of here in a fucking duffel bag. Like, for sure. So, yeah, you guys have been influenced by this MAGA coon Negro, and y'all are over here just spewing all this hate on my page or whatever. But baby, I gives no fucks, because when I say I am exhausted with white folks and I am done with y'all's bullshit, it is exhausting. White people's bullshit is fucking exhausting. Every fucking day of my life, you motherfuckers give me a goddamn headache. And it is just really annoying. And it's really been 10 times worse since this whole Trump shit has been off the ground. But whatever. Tomorrow's a new day. I will be back. The video is still up. You can go like and comment and give me a follow. Okay? Like, I feel like a little influencer right now. Like, y'all really been gassing me up all day.
Before we get into the hateful comments that she made about white people and all of that, I just want to quickly point out the scariest part about this video. The scariest part about this video, or about all of this, is that this is a grown-ass woman, y'all. I know that she's talking and carrying herself as if she's like someone who's like 19 or 20 years old. It's obvious that she is desperate to be some type of ghetto, young, hood rat, hoochie mama. That's the way she's trying to carry herself. That's the way she's talking. That's the way she's acting. But this is a grown-ass woman with kids of her own, and not little kids. Kids that, from what she says, just graduated high school and they're on their way to college. If that doesn't scare you, I don't know what to tell you, because it scares me. The fact that we have grown-ass people out here like this one that still has this basic bitch mentality of like a 17-year-old skeezer, that's scary. And to think about the fact that she has raised other human beings. This ignorant woman has raised other human beings. Now, what type of wisdom do you think that she was able to, bestow upon her kids? What type of knowledge did she, pass down to her kids? Do you think her kids were raised right? What type of mentality do you think they have when their mama is on TikTok celebrating the death of little white girls while acting like a 17-year-old hood rat? That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to see her talk and act like this, knowing that she is grown with grown kids. Okay? With grown kids. Your kids are adults. And you're acting like you're younger than them. So yeah, for me, that's kind of scary. But as far as what this idiot had to say in her little video, she talks about how she doesn't understand why she's receiving an extraordinary amount of hate. I don't understand why I'm receiving an extraordinary amount of hate after you yourself put out an extraordinary amount of hate online. You don't understand why you're receiving hate, yet you put the most hateful stuff that I could possibly imagine out there for the world to see. Most sane, compassionate people are mourning the deaths of all of these young girls, clinging on to some hope that some may be found alive. And you're online basically celebrating their deaths because they're white. You're calling them all of these just crazy names and stuff like that. And then have the audacity to say, I don't understand where the extraordinary hate is coming from. The hate is coming from you. But this is one thing that I have come to learn that other people will come to learn on their own times. A lot of these people that constantly scream about racism and stuff, they're just projecting. When you see a black woman like Sade Perkins constantly talk about oppression and the racism she receives from white people, usually that's just projection. That's all it is. She herself is guilty of racism. No one knew who this woman was 5 minutes ago. She has gotten her 15 minutes of fame because she wanted to tap dance on the graves of young white girls who were killed in a freak flood. Yet she wants to come online and claim that now she's the victim of racism. All of the racist comments I'm getting, all of the racist hate. But what did you say about those young girls? You literally celebrated the death of a bunch of young girls because you thought they were all white, regardless if that is true or not. And then you want to play victim when people give you a dose of your own medicine. That's the game I refuse to play. If you want to stoop to certain levels, if you want to be low down and dirty, then don't be surprised when people get low down and dirty with you. If you want to say hateful things, don't be surprised when people say hateful things back. But to get online, celebrate the death of a bunch of little kids because they're white, and then to complain that you're the victim of racism and an extraordinary amount of hate, it's so disgusting. But that's what we see so often. That's where all of this fatigue comes from. People are so sick and tired of this behavior and this nonsense. Constantly playing victim while being out there being the most disgusting, vile person imaginable. And like I said, it's all projection. Oh, white people don't have the empathy gene. Yet, where was your empathy when dealing with all of these young kids who are dead or still missing in this flood? How could you accuse anyone else of not having empathy when you yourself do not have empathy? It's the type of wild stuff. These people always lack self-awareness. And I think that is largely because no one tells them about themselves. Usually, for the most part, people will allow black women like Sade Perkins to just spew all of this racist, vile, evil shit, and no one puts her in check or says anything. There's no consequences. There's no pushback. There's nothing. So they're really confident when they say this stuff, and they don't even realize how stupid it makes them look because they're guilty of everything that they're accusing other people of being guilty of. I see this so often, and I've actually been talking about this mentality. It just so happens for the last couple of months on this channel. But for me, as disgusting as this video is, it's kind of funny too. Because this video that she posted, it goes in all of these different directions, But it ends up with her just spewing a bunch of hatred for white people. And that's always where it's going to end up. Look, it's like at the beginning she tries to talk about how she has empathy. But, other people don't. White people don't, right? And then she goes to talking about her kids, eating her out of house and home and what have you. But within the course of like 4 or 5 minutes, she cannot contain her hatred for white people. So even after going on this rant about how everyone is being racist and they're calling people monkeys and EBT, at the end, she can't help but just allow her true feelings, just her hatred for white people, to simply pour out. People like her cannot sit still for 4 or 5 minutes without self-combusting about something about white people. Because their lives revolve around white people. Their mind is on white people 24/7. They're obsessed with race, racism, and white people. This woman could not talk for 3 or 4 minutes straight without basically everything, every point that she was trying to make. It just all boils down into, I can't stand white people. I hate white people. And I find that hilarious. Because when she and other people like her do stuff like that, it makes my point for me. It makes my job so much easier. Do I really need to convince anyone that people feel this way when they will record themselves telling you they feel this way? So often it's like, I try to point stuff out and people don't necessarily see it. But here, it's like, do I even have to point it out? These people are telling you how they feel. I don't have to tell you how they feel. I don't have to read between the lines and tell you what's going on here. No, you heard it from the camel's mouth. And I say camel because she kind of looks like a camel to me. But yeah, you heard it from the horse's mouth. A lot of horse hair on her head. But anyway, you heard it directly from her. Directly. Right? Can't go 3, 4, 5 minutes without it just coming down to, I just can't stand white people, just melting down about white people. And the crazy thing is, folks, you got to keep in mind, no one did anything to her. It's not like she's the victim of something. No one did anything to her. This is a random black woman that was sitting in the comfort of her own home as kids were drowning in the Texas floods. No one did anything to her. She decided to just come out swinging with all of this racist nonsense, attacking white people for no reason. It's not like she was the victim of something and she feels some type of way about it and now she's lashing out. No, she was sitting at home watching Medea probably. As little kids were fighting for their lives in the raging floodwaters, she was at home watching Tyler Perry movies and just decides, well, I'm going to come out here and spread some hate. And then pretend like, I'm a big victim. Always the same thing. Always. Do some hateful, vile, heinous stuff. Like with Carmelo Anthony, you go and kill a white kid at a track meet. Like with this woman, you spread a bunch of hate about some white kids that are missing and probably dead in a flood. And then when you get pushback, then when people say something back, you try to go, oh, see, this is evidence of racism. There's so much racism. She could have simply went about her day, watched her Medea movies, and just said nothing. And no one even would know that she exists. No one would have a problem. She decided to create a problem for herself. And now she's going to try to milk that victimhood card as much as she can as she gets pushback. The pushback that she deserves to get. But boy, oh boy, she is so freaking exhausted by white people. She is so exhausted and tired of white people's... She is so tired of successful, loving white families loving their kid enough to send them off to summer camp. It's so exhausting for people like her to see white families actually love each other and lovingly send their kids off to camp, right? It's not exhausting when young black kids are stabbing young white kids at track meets. That's not exhausting. The young black kids that are beating people to death in the street with traffic cones. Yes, that's a real story. That's not exhausting. The young black kids that are around here robbing everyone, shooting everyone. That's not exhausting. I believe there was just a gang shooting at a mall in Georgia a couple of days ago. That's not exhausting. Breaking into Target and stealing all of the laptops and flat screens, that's not exhausting. Breaking into Nike and stealing all the Jordans, that's not exhausting. What's exhausting is seeing happy young white kids have a good time at summer camp. Keep in mind, that's what's exhausting for her. She is so enraged by seeing young white girls having a fun time at summer camp that she was thrilled when she found out they died by a freaking flash flood. She's exhausted. Just so exhausted, so tired of seeing white people happily live their lives. Isn't that crazy? Because when you see people talk about being exhausted or being fatigued, they're fatigued by the bad behavior that is coming from certain communities. When you hear people talk about black fatigue, they're fatigued not by just black people existing. They're fatigued by the crazy behavior that is coming from portions of this community. But for her, she's exhausted. She's fatigued by white people. Because they had the audacity not to hurt anyone, not to rob, not to steal, not to kill, but to just lovingly send their daughters off to a Christian summer camp. So let that sink in, folks. Let that sink in. For the people who still feel white guilt out there, understand there is no limits. It doesn't matter what you do. These people will continue to hate it. You would think that her family member got lynched or something, but no, she's just raging out because there are white girls having a good time at a summer camp. She's exhausted. Exhausted to the point that she's ready to celebrate the death of dozens of little girls. It's sick. It's twisted. But it's not just her. There's a lot of people like her. And we've been experiencing that for months now. We've been talking about this for months now. Maybe one day people will see the bigger picture. But for now, you guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.